And welcome to RSG Stellaris Episode 1. So, I just got, I'm still sick. Well, I'm sick from RuneScape, not... Okay, so for the past, 3 days, I've pretty much been sick. Not even pretty much, I was literally, drowning yesterday. And I think because we had, a cold snap here, we're gonna end up getting, a low of, 15 degrees Fahrenheit on Wednesday. Randomly, and then next week it's all going to be 50s to 60s. But so a couple hours ago, I was recording RuneScape, and I was, to be fair, moving a lot of files, 600 gigabytes or whatever. And just 20 minutes into the 2-hour recording, Shadowplay decided to stop recording, so I'm not very happy about that. So I was listening to Stellaris music, and I was like, you know what? Let's play Stellaris. Oh. I don't think I have a... Okay. That's odd. Yeah, link Steam. This is from Steam. Weird. Yep, so I have all the DLC. I bought this in December of 2018 during my year's Christmas Steam sale. So yeah, for now I'm gonna keep an eye on Shadowplay because I didn't notice it. Nothing actually happened. When I was playing RuneScape, it didn't lag or anything like that. No. Oh boy. Why you like this? So I like how yesterday I saw my Google cards a thing saying that the new Star Wars films were worse than the prequels, and now I have one that's saying the new Star Wars films are better than the prequels. Huh. I see peace didn't work out. The hell is that? First things first, settings. Oh boy. So just so you know, I have to do that. Because whenever it's me a lot of coughing and then some sneezing and then blowing my nose, but new game. Oh boy, here we go. United Nations of Earth. What? Oh, Xenophile, good. In Liberty, the sun is shining beacon of light in a sea of darkness. Liberty and individual freedoms are held in the highest regard here. Yeah, I'm sure. Idealistic foundations, is founded on strong idealistic values. Whether the current government reigns through them or not, the people have not forgotten. Xenophile increased opinion for other species, cannot use no refugee species policy, cannot enslave entire species, cannot displace aliens. That plus 10% to million influence, customized 25. There exists in all of us a deep-seated fascination for the unknown, a spirit that rejects the familiar and glories in the unfamiliar, whomever it may be. Sure, these are humans. Game's not aging very well, is it? An egalitarian, a democratic government form allows utopian living standards. Influence gain 50%, specials output 10%. There are always those who will be despots in the false presumption that their desires are somehow more imperative than those of their fellows. That does not see the needs and rights of all its members. It's not a society, it's a crime. Human, adaptive. He's highly adaptive when it comes to foreign environments. Matic, plus 15, resettled cost by 25. He has a right past, and its members often think nothing of relocating to another world. Wasteful, members of the species seem to have no concept of frugality, prone to useless consumption. Human nations that constitute their interstellar government are disparate, yet united in purpose. Bipedal mammalians of developed society that encourage and even found individual freedoms and cultural differences. As a result, tend to integrate well with annual populations. Again, you sure? Strong martial traditions produced by millennia of intermittent warfare in their homeworld. Some of these guys' own particular nature should not be underestimated. Commonwealth of Man. Oh. Credit calls an election every 10 years to select a new ruler. Here runs a regular election where all citizens can vote on who should represent them. Commonwealth of Man holds an election upon ruler death to select a new ruler. Dictatorial governments are ruled by a single individual for life, absolute control of the state. The zeal, strong sense of national pride. It's all layers of society. Exhaustion gain minus 10%. Claim influence costs minus 10%. Distinguished admiralty, fleet and admiralty have usually prominent roles in this society. Wielding a great deal of influence in political circles, they have the pick of the litter when it comes to new military recruits. Ship fire rate 10%, admiral level cap plus 1, fleet command limit plus 10. Xenophobe, can purge aliens, can enslave aliens, decrease opinion for other species, cannot give aliens full citizenship, allow aliens full military service, cannot use refugees welcome species policy, and modifier starbase influence cost minus 20%, shrink growth speed plus 10%. It cannot be higher as we reach in the vast uncharted expanse of the galaxy. Gambling with the various survival species, never trust an alien. It's small, while small odds and a noble mind. Human, we with that. United Nations sponsor Ulysses Initiative, oversaw this instruction. 6 radar ships in low Earth orbit at the end of the 21st century. Seems like Chronicles X. They have carrying 250,000 colonists each were sent throughout a recently discovered subspace and on the outer edge of the Oort cloud, a small unstable wormhole. None were heard from again, and the destabilized wormhole vanished. On Earth, one of the Ark ships survived the passage, and a flaring colony on a lush alien moon. We understand this world, we're determined as humanity's manifest destiny dominion over the galaxy at any cost. Damn straight. Except, I don't know, I'd be more like, for a mix of those. Xanid suzerainty. Incredible evolution. A second, it forms an integral part of the society. Big, strong, and must have an intelligent, particularly dim-witted child. Or as a cooler species to the most aggressive tendencies, leaving them quite servile. Plus 12 props being of another subvariant species, so it cannot be added or removed at the start of the game. Free system to consider the absolute right of the state to decide where its citizens live and work. 16 over minus 25. Authority allows stratified economy living standards can enslave aliens. Must have autocratic government form. Power modifier +1 influence. Plus 10% worker basic resource. And voice a single throne, a single state. It is a solemn duty of the masses to be the enlightened few who have been charged with the great responsibility of leadership. Zani, anthropoid, so they're insects. The species are born with a natural aptitude. Intelligent, 10% engineering, 10% physics, and 10% society. Highly intelligent and enjoys faster technological progress. During plus 20 years, lifespan of the species are unusually long. Does not adapt well to foreign environments. See, the Xanid suzerainty is a history of the Veln, carefully bred into sapiens over centuries. Zani use a hardy vein to subjugate the harsh ecosystems of their native world, and to design and build vessels that will eventually propel the Xanid sovereignty to galactic dominance. Blorg. They're supposed to be robots. Loken mechanists. So has been preoccupied with the idea of metallic automatons since the early steam age. And many said it could not be done. The first two robots left the assembly lines long before even rudimentary spaceflight was achieved. Percent being robots, and technology infrastructure, robot upkeep, -5%. Technocracy. Excellent efficiency of the society is governed according to the principles of science and rationality. The whims of an ignorant, dangerously inculcated political elite must not be allowed to interfere. Buildings are placed with some administrative jobs with science directors. Research can produce one unity. Tyranny cannot use autocratic government form, allows utopian. It's not praise equality between its members. It can rise to any position with enough hard work. It's not only deeply unfair, but ultimately counterproductive. Like materialist. Oh boy. After the privileged living standards cannot use AI outlawed policy, use robotic workers outlawed. Although it hurts, we must grow up and put aside our outdated notions of morality. Divine spark granting special value to a living mind. An object has any intrinsic value apart from what we choose to grant it. It freedom, certitude, and achieve maximum efficiency in all things. And here, I remember seeing a thing like, does this unit have a soul? A species of natural inclination towards engineering and material sciences. They are born with a natural aptitude. Species are quick to learn from the experience, sedentary. They have a sedentary past and are looking to migrate away from where they grew up. Hints of progress are at the core of Loken society. Exceptional natural proclivity toward diligence and observation. The Loks evolved from bands of territorial reptiles on the mesas of their homeworld. Practice technocracy that prize efficiency, discipline, and scientific doctrine above all things. So this rocket was their early conception, not a machinery and automata. There were true robots and occurred long before the first Loken scientists left Earth orbit. What is? That's Earth. That's Unity. Xanth, Looker. Ixodar Star Collective. Ixethrak, Arctic World. Hive Mind. Research to build robot props. Non-hive mind props must be assimilated, enslaved, or purged. Can genetically modified population become hive mind compatible biological ascension paths completed? Follow psionic or synthetic ascension paths. Hive minds operate as single organism more than as a state. The population no free will. It's an extension of the hive mind itself, much like the limbs of a body. When cut off from the mind, these drones become comatose and eventually wither and die. If individuals on planets owned by the mind are driven away, killed, or simply treated as prey to feed the collective. Neural network. The gray matter of cluster drones provides unparalleled parallelism, excelling the hive mind's exploration of the sciences. The large hive minds autonomous drones frequently and knowledge through direct links. Hive mind's slower registry processes. Conscious disables tutorial. His democratic, oligarchic, dictatorial, imperial authority rules are immortal. Population are affected by happiness and will not join factions. Population cannot survive in non-just consciousness. Empires can use a no-retreat war doctrine. Russian gain minus 20% monthly influence +1. Reaching the void, the vast expanse becomes us. Mind is not affected by happiness. Species made up semi-autonomous individuals to a single unfathomable vast consciousness. But isn't that like with hive minds? Don't they actually have a little bit of self or something like that normally? I think it depends where, what hive mind we're talking about. But I think there's at least some hive, like, I don't know. There's a very rapid rate increase in population growth and hunger. Strong, plus 20%, plus 2.5. Members of the species possess great physical strength, making formidable fighters on the ground. Fleeting. Lifespan minus 10% and swings of the species. That can longevity and make up in other ways, but I thought we were immortal. Yeah, rulers are immortal. First, Ixildar broods developed in the subterranean cave networks deep beneath the surface of Ixithrak. Time in Ixildar scout bird to the surface and glimpse sunlight for the first time. A race that already established a thriving Iron Age civilization. The resources found on the surface of Ixildar developed rapidly. A few centuries later, the first space probes left orbit to survey the other worlds in the Ixilm system. The Zin Empire. Imperial, upon ruler death, a designated successor becomes ruler. Governments are similar to dictatorial ones, except the throne is always inherited by a designated successor upon the ruler's death. What happens if there is none? Oh, male. Exilix, Zero Dawn, Zobligis, Zeo Hokutkin, Sini Buclair, Dolores Mwanga. Sir Empire. State traces sent the population as repressive societies, they monitor and controlled by a large internal police state. Yields much of the true political power in this side rests with a number of powerful and ruthless slaver guilds. They know how to get the most out of a slave. Arturian. Strong guiding hand is essential to the success of any civilization. Alternative would be anarchy and chaos. It is duty of the state to steer its civilizations the paths that are most productive. Fanatic militarists. To project force is of paramount importance. How you preserve our way of life is to make sure everyone shares it willingly or not. Species is this? No. Physiologically resilient. Fight like enraged brood mothers to defend their worlds. And it believes that whenever there is hard work that needs to be doing, it is best done by someone else. Awesome. Not an early distrustful member of the species who are often socially combative. A Zin evolved from carnivorous pack-hunting lizards, probably the dunes of Zinnia. Eventually developed a highly structured hierarchical society that emphasized order and martial prowess above all else. Times Zin entered the Industrial Age series devastating global wars. A particularly ruthless warlord, seeing the establishment of a single world-spanning nation from these humble beginnings, the illustrious and everlasting Zin Empire was born. Kingdom of Yandern. Birds. Yarik. Imperial cult. A dominant state religion where the ruler is worshipped as a living deity. Elite has an entrenched ability that occupies the upper echelon society. Spiritualists are science to prove that consciousness begets reality. Guard with patience, childlike efforts of those who delude themselves. It is the other way around as they play with their blocks of hard matter. Reformists. People always seek success and more likely to conform to the governing ethics. Members of the species have a natural inclination towards theoretical physics and astral phenomenon. So learners, they have slowly learn from their experiences. The proud Yonder are an old race. Their wings so high above the frozen peaks of Yonder, and for more than 200,000 years, they developed room and technology and formed their first few scattered civilizations. When started, things progressed more rapidly, and the Sky Clans gradually abandoned many of their most traditions. The Yonder are highly spiritual and place great importance on religion, and the High Kings as living gods. That's a Platypus. Afric's Amalgamated Fleets. Oligarchic. Election selecting ruler oligarchic means it's ruled by a small group of individuals without all political power. Dominion, the size dominated by a mega corporation that has complete supplement of the role of the state. Most citizens has actually manipulated from behind the scenes by a secret shadow council. It must be kept, but the tyranny of the majority should also be guarded against. Well, what if the fools will vote for the wrong candidate? Spiritualists. Those who think it behooves us to remember how tiny we are. Pointless lives are the vast and caring universe. What nonsense. We ever know is that our own existence, the universe, is in its all apparent glory. A dream we all happen to share. Pacifists. What it doesn't mean to an end is a ridiculous concept is by nature destructive. Destroying that was to be attained or giving room to grow that which was to be destroyed. 50. A species are instinctively economical, and to make a good profit, whatever corners need to be cutting. Communal man of species are highly communal and who are used to living in close proximity to others, deviants. Revelation neighbor and constantly trying to challenge the status quo. Once separated into a fractious society of competing trader enclaves, the Zyphreiums are forced to unite under one banner in order to repel the catastrophic spread of invasive species on their home continent. While the glaring tenets prove the basis for society, single accounts remains in place to ensure the individual's tendencies. There is never again threatened to compromise species autonomy. If we're expectualized in amalgamation of folklore, superstitions, and mythologies formed by the various pre-republic communities and communities form day-to-day life in their homeworld. These things from Mass Effect. The Glibsic Foundation, priesthood, to guard against heresy, the society ruled by a religious council consisting of the wisest, most pious members of the clergy. The society is renowned for its efficiency and all do the mag trains run on time. Colossal bureaucratic apparatus required to run an installation is greatly streamlined. There was seeing as an absolute moral imperative. We took full common embrace all within it. We were never meant to journey alone. Terry don't like to move, enduring, and usually long. Vationists, men of speech believe that resources must be conserved and recycled. Since the first glimpse lifted to sight organs above the surface, special lakes on the peak of the stars. These inquisitive molluscoids have felt an affinity for the known. Much as their early ancestors' tentacles grasped and stoked after new objects in the chill alpine lake beds of their homeworld, burgeoning Glibsigan society reached for the technological innovation and enlightenment throughout the centuries that followed. Century-enduring species, the Glibsigi, perhaps by necessity, developed a complex yet highly effective bureaucratic apparatus for dealing with intricacies of managing a globally unified society. The lack of natural predators on London has led the Glibsigi to exist in a state permanently optimistic as regarding other life forms. Establish a firm societal foundation on enough mixture of spiritual doctrine and careful organization. The Glibsigi now once more raise their sight organs to what lies beyond. What lies beyond is the next episode, though, so